Hey, hi everybody. How's everybody doing today? I'm finally getting around to participating in Mass Make March. I don't know about mass, but I'm going to be making these little tags, labels, tags today. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, because these are kind of like my favorite style. And I am going to be doing them a little bit simpler because I don't know what I'm going to be using them on or in. And so I'm going to make a variety. I have some other butterflies pulled, and then these here are from my die cutting machine. But I used really thin paper, so I need to actually cut some more flowers out. I have some other different flowers. I have a bird or two, butterflies. I'm just making a variety of these. And so you can see these are tags that I've made on the back of packaging. So there was a Tim Holtz. This was a, and I'm gonna actually do this on camera. And then there was a 49 Market. So on the 49 Market, I don't know, you can see, I love that you can see a little bit of the background is green because there were leaves. I think it was part of the willow collection that I got. It was for some transparency plastic things I got. Let me show you. It came in a package that I got from officesupply.com when they were having that great deal. And so I made these using two packaging things, and then I used some tissue paper that I had that I think it's Tim Holtz, and then one of them is Dina Wakley that I've had for like I think 2 years now, and I haven't been using it. So today I'm going to be making a few of these, and like I said, I'm putting some of them. I'm putting words on. I think all of these have some kind of word. I'm trying to keep them pretty simple because, as I said, I don't know what they're going in, but I thought I like the way they look. And so I'm actually going to do part of the making on screen. So if you have any of this stuff, I just like that they come with sort of a predetermined background. Like with the Tim Holtz, this is one from tissue paper. So, and I always save these. I have a bunch of them saved over the years. And then I'm just gonna Mod Podge some on here. And I won't be able to do anything with this one because it has to dry. Oh dear. I forgot to bring in my brush. Let me get one of these other ones. I'll use my rubber. And so obviously if you've ever done anything with, I always call this hodgepodge, Mod Podge, you know that you usually just put it down. And I made the other ones the other night because you do have to let this. I did one very early this morning that I'm gonna show you. But normally I like to leave these overnight with something heavy sitting on them because they get a little bit, I was just gonna say bloopy, but they just get you know, I'm putting liquid onto, so they get a little bit bent up. But you won't be able to see what this one looks like. I'm just doing it so you can see if you happen to be new to any of this. And of course, I'm not doing anything original. I'm sure there are plenty of creators out there that have done this kind of stuff before. I'm just doing it because the tissue paper was just sitting there and I thought, you know, I'd like to make some labels or tags out of that because I love the way they feel. They have a real, I don't know how to say it. It's like, there's a little bit of texture on them and they look like stamping without being stamping because I'm not someone who has a lot of stamps. Okay, that's not true. I have a lot of stamps, but they're not usually the stamps. They're old. Like when I used to get scrapbooking kits from Studio Calico and stuff. So a lot of them are like specific to a theme. And so they're, I don't know. I need to go through them and see what I have and see what I could use. They just don't, they're not like these backgrounds. I have one or two that might be a little bit like these backgrounds, but I don't really have a lot. So, I mean, it's pretty easy here. You just cover essentially the substrate, I guess is what you would call it. So yeah, I think those 4 are all Tim Holtz, and then this one is one from a Dina Wakley pack. And I'd like to just put them on here. The ones I did the other day, I laid actually the pieces out much bigger, but when I cut them, I don't know, I wanted it to be a little more, I didn't want them to be so perfect. When I go to cut these out, because usually what I do is I cut it down the middle and then I turn it over and I cut it and then I see what I got. And then this is, I think it's some alley, oh my gosh, what's it called? We don't buy from them anymore just because of tariffs and stuff. My husband used to buy a lot of supplies from them. Alley, can't remember. Anyway, so they're not, these ones aren't, they're like a weird tissue paper. So I have to be careful because this one really starts to bubble up. But yeah, so you just cover, you know, with the, and then I let it dry and then I sit it under something heavy overnight. They'll still kind of, bubble up. I mean, they have a little bit of, they don't lay flat. Although you can bend them and make it flat. Maybe a little bit of a wallpaper feel. They just feel nice because they have a little bit of, there's a little bit of texture. It's just a nice little layering thing. Some of them I put some eyelets in just to kind of show that you could use them for other things. Yeah, so, I mean, that's all you have to do. You just have to cover it and then you have to let it dry for hours. But I did it this morning in the quiet of the early morning and of the one I'm about to show you. I just went through my container of the tissue paper and picked some and then cut it. Sorry, I'm trying to see if that, I think it's just because it's hanging off. But yeah, so I will then go and either, you know, cut it, make different size tags. It's just sort of, and I don't mind when it runs into each other because it leaves something interesting on the, so yeah, let me show you the one I did this morning. Here's what I did this morning. It was also with a 49 Market what are these? Acetate. They're acetate, that's right. Flowers. So I have a set of green and then I have a set of yellow. So but yeah. So usually I just sort of turn it over and try to come up with a few long tags. I mean, this one is all the wood because I put it down there. I need to be better about making it sort of more collage-ish so that I don't know what I'm doing. Plus, I think you always need different size tags for different things. So these ones I cut a little more interesting, and then we'll turn them over and look at them. I mean, that one's kind of... And then I just used a tag that I had that had the shape, and I just cut out what I want to do. Like this is... Of course, now that I'm trying to do it on screen, it's not working for me. I think that, different sizes are good. What's nice about this one is that, oh, it must be 5 o'clock. Sorry. In our town, we have a military school. And they announce different times of the day. There. So it's like, it's going to be a label. And, I could put it that way with something. I could put it this way with a fish on it. So I just think it's a fun way to get that stamped look without having the stamps, because, and the other thing I was doing was just making rounded tags or labels. I have a few, I'm working on getting together another mass March make, which is pockets. I watched a video on Seven Plaza's channel from last year, and it was, she made pockets out of book pages, and I hadn't really done that before, so that's going to be later this week. But some of these would fit very nicely into... This one is not straight. Oh well. It'll fit nicely into some of the pockets, or being glued down on a page as an accent piece. And this one, I don't know if you could tell, has, oh, I do like that I broke up the, it has yellow and green in the background, although it's coming out more sort of a tan color. I think it's like a marigold color. But here's a long thin tag. You can also hold that. So the ones I'm doing today, they're going to have a floral or a die cut or some other kind of main sort of focus. They're going to have a label, and then they're going to have a word sticker. I was trying to use things that I had a lot of, which, you know, I have a lot of packaging, and I actually have a lot of these. I really love the tissue paper from Tim Holtz, but I don't use it much. Some of these do not like corners. But so I was trying to come up with a way, because I have a ton of stickers, and I have a ton of word stickers, and I have a ton of, like this one is probably one that I'll fit a bigger thing on, because there's not much interesting in the background. But trying to decide what I want to do with this. I could cut it and make them smaller. But I have, last year I did a, in the full deck challenge, my carryover every week was labels. And even though I used a label on every single one, I still have so many label stickers left. So I'm going to be using those as things. But yeah, so sorry, I was setting some of these. So we're going to be making a few of these, and they're going to be simple because, like I said, I don't know what I'll be using them in. I was trying out the eyelets, but I probably won't be putting the eyelets in unless I'm using it in something, and then I'll be adding them. I just did them so I could show you, but there. So there's labels and tags, and we're going to decorate a few of these. So I have 5 made, 2, 4, 6, 12, 13. I seem to be making things in 13s lately. I don't know what's up with that. But altogether, there'll be 18. And I don't know whether we're going to decorate all of them because I don't want this to be super long. But like I said, I'm decorating them pretty simply. So it may not take much time. I think I'm going to use this one here because I really like it's so blank. I think it's going to be good. So now I just need a label. So when I say I have labels, sorry, I'm moving my, I have tons of words and I have tons of stickers, which is kind of why I was trying to make these, except that unless they're 3D stickers, these are just some of the labels I have. I have a ton of labels. I like a good label. I like using a good label on a card or on something. So if I stick something, say I want a fatter one. Although I will say that I'm getting down on, I have lots of thin ones. I have a ton of these. They're from Martha Stewart back 10, 20 years ago, whenever I used them. And so some of these I don't have as many of, and they're the ones I use the most. I think they're from Allie Edwards. And then this is a Studio Calico. Yeah. I'm just seeing if I have an orange one. I have a tendency to use the orange ones quickly. Could also use yellow. But yeah, my goal is just to make some fun label things. Oh, the other thing is, because of the texture, you'd probably, if your label doesn't have a lot of glue, you'll probably have to stick it down. And like literally, that's, let's decide, no, we're just going to put that down. Earlier I had the bird on here and I liked it, so I think it's a Tim Holtz bird. Sorry, just pushing these out of the way. But the bird would also look really nice on here because of the colors. Oh, maybe that's better. So yeah, my goal is that here's one that might have colors that I like, that I might use. I'm going to try and put just a pretty innocuous saying up here, because like if I covered this with like plain paper or striped paper, graph paper, it could be a little journaling card. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish today. Just some simple, easy things I can grab that have that sort of stamped look without them being stamps. So if I'm kind of blah, 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 that's just what I'm doing. Sorry, I was looking through my, because this is not even including, these labels are just the sticker labels. That's not including the many that I have that are not stickers. I am using, I'm using the Tim Holtz Small Talk. I have a generic made Small Talk, but I don't know, Tim's are so much more, they're thicker. And so, I mean, it's not very exciting. Oh, maybe I don't want that there. Actually, maybe put another sticker there. I'm like, where are my tweezers? I know this says hello, darling. Hello, my darling. But I figured that could be used for spring, or because this one is bigger, I could actually put another one up here. Yeah. And then the bird. Need to figure out a label. Anyway, how's everybody's Monday going? Is it going well? Is everybody, I hope everybody had a good weekend. The other thing I love is that I can stick the sticker on here, see how I like it, and it doesn't stick. Like you can just take them off. That's why I say if you're going to make it permanent, you should probably glue it, because these are, you know, they have a coating on them. So, and some of them do stick. I think it depends on how much of the but my hope is that this is something you can do quickly. I didn't want something that I sat staring at for hours going, what should I put on there? I just want them to be kind of simple. And then when I do put them into a journal, I can add anything extra I might need. The other thing is, I don't know if I need a word sticker on all of them. I haven't decided that either. I had Follow Your Heart. Sorry, I can see I know it sounds crazy, but I can see the label there, and I don't care for it sticking up like that. Let's see. I'd be more than happy to put any of these on something of mine. I have a little bug. That's pretty big. I thought I had a smaller. What about this guy? Kind of like that. Anyway, yes, I hope everybody had a really wonderful weekend. And it is going to be... It's so wild to watch the weather. My husband's uncle lives in Maui, and they got pretty slammed over the weekend. And then to see everybody sort of in the Midwest being slammed by snow, and it's going to be 80 this week. And I don't even live in an area where it's usually 80 is even a thing. So I had stamped this. I wonder if this would look good on here. I'm just trying to put little... Does that get lost? Oh, you know what? I have the worst lighting on in here. I meant to be doing this early in the morning, but I had to give my daughter a ride somewhere. And then I had to pick her up so that she could pick up the car from somewhere. And because it's her day off. And you guys, she just hung out. Which is great. I love her. I love her. I love it when she hangs out. But I was like, this is the one day when I have quite a bit planned. Because I was supposed to be filming more than one thing today, but that's okay. It'll all get done. I know it's the same set of stickers I'm pulling from. It's because the little green in him is so perfect. Sorry, I'm just trying to decide how I want him. I wasn't necessarily happy with the way that came out, but It seems weird to do. That. Anyway, yes, it was a beautiful day today, and I don't mean to be complaining. I love it when my daughter hangs out and we chat, but she had that funeral yesterday, so she was pretty exhausted emotionally from, or the memorial was yesterday. Only family was going to the funeral, but she was pretty wiped out from that. So I think that's why she was not quite at the top of her. She was very quiet today. So Mr. Bug here, we're just gonna let it go. Mr. Bug. I have a leaf that goes. But yeah, so it was good to see her, but she was exhausted from the last few days and a little bit rough. Anyway, my husband and I just started, I don't know if anybody else is watching this. I think I talked about it a few weeks ago. We just started season 4 of Slow Horses. I feel like I'm obsessed with that show. I love, if you've ever seen it, I love Gary Oldman. Oh my gosh, my glue is, look at my glue. It's definitely warm in here. Wow. Let's see if I can just wipe this on. I don't want to waste this glue. This flower is from a 49er Market die cut set. Oh dear. I have to get this glue off my finger. Why do you look weird? Sorry, I have an old dried out baby wipe sitting here, and I'm putting a little bit of water on it so it's not so dry, just to get the glue off my finger. Anyway, we are really, really enjoying. So if you haven't watched Slow Horses and you have Apple TV, it's Gary Oldman he's just so awesome in his role. Not likable, but also likable. I don't know if I can explain that in a way that If you've watched it, you'll know what I mean. He's absolutely brilliant. I just got the first book to read. Sorry guys, I keep moving this around. I don't want to take off. I don't want it on the flower. I don't want it. Sorry, I'm so fiddly, guys. I apologize if you're watching this. Oh dear, now it's really out of whack. So the glue works quite well on other things. Sorry, I can't seem to get anything straight. There. So I know this is gray, but I was playing off this sort of gray there. It throws it a little bit off to have that green, but that's fine. And also I have some things that I cut out with my die cut machine. Oh dear. It's so warm in here that my stickers are like popping off. If I pick them up to try them and I don't use them and put them back, usually they stick because it's so moist in our area. And they are not sticking. They're not sticking this time. Oh dear, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's so crazy. So here's a really bright one. Does that green work with that? Let's see. If I was to put this sticker there, would this look good against that? I think it looks okay. I'm not going to have an exact green. Oh, my glue is going crazy. I need to put like wipe it down and then put the pin in, I think, between each gluing because it's just going crazy in this warmth. I have to tell you, it's not that warm here. It's like 75, maybe 72. But man, my glue is having a time. I mean, that's why you guys come here, right? From my glue soap opera. It's always such a pain with this thing. Sorry, I have to flip this over and not have it completely stick to my finger. Let's see. Like, I don't want to take every single short one off of here. Oh, I should have used use your wing. Oh, I have a butterfly. We'll do remember the now. I think that'll work. Where are you, tweezers? I'm trying to leave most of the labels free to put other labels or rub-ons on when I decide what I'm going to use it for. wonder if I should put a second. Stop, let go of that. See, lots and lots of. I don't think I have many of this particular green left. It's more like a melon color. I was trying to add a little bit of that's way off. What's a little ticket? How funny, I've never noticed that. Maybe I could just put a blank one there. I just happen to have that hand there. No, it doesn't. I don't like that. Yeah, I know. You're like, hurry up, hurry up. Sorry, I thought I had a lot more yellow. Or maybe this is one that I actually... Oh, it's still in there. This may be one where I need to use the white to that. Sorry, I'm trying to find it, guys. There's such a glare going on in my... I'll just do choose to shine for now. Yeah, I think maybe white would be better down here because it's already so dark. I'm not sure I like it any better, but I'm going to leave it because I don't need to be mucking about with it for hours and boring you to death. I feel like I need to buy more plain stickers. I don't know if that works for this mushroom. The other thing I have is, oh, I kind of like that for the butterfly. I also have this one. And I think I like that. So sorry, I'm thinking. Some of these I may not be able to find stickers for. I may have to pull out different tags. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here? This is going to be good. With the orange of his wings. I like to use partial tags because even though I complain that I have a lot of stickers, I do use labels a lot in this exact... See, like that one is sticking nicely. I must not have put... Oh, dear. glue. Okay, I just took this out, so this should be working. I'll be wrapping up here in a few minutes, even though I don't have them all done. I mean, you get the gist of it. Oh my gosh, I can't get this in the glue thing. I'm trying to make sure it's clear, and I can't. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Just trying to get that. And I definitely do not mind if the wings stick off, because I'll be covering the back when I use them. And anyway. So there was one that said, oh my goodness. The glare in here in my room right now is like, me trying to read stuff is like, whoa. Stay curious, choose to shine. Didn't I just have one that was like fly? Be original, be fearless, be bravely. Come what may. What? Why didn't I mark this? It's literally here. Don't forget to fly. Ugh, look, it's gonna be too big. Ugh. Anyway, just this one needs a tiny one, so. Just put that up there. And then maybe I'll just do one more. I don't want to completely bore you guys to death. I did have this black and white leaf I was considering using, because did I use all that? No. Yeah, I was gonna use, I did these dyes with really thin copier paper, and then all my little plants are so, this is what I was playing around with it on Christmas Eve when I got it, so. Let me see what I have. See, like some of them I don't want to do the same color. Like this one I might use a red. Because you know, the red with the black and white leaf. I can't actually tell if that's red or if it's pink. I think it's red. I don't think I have any pink ones. This one's actually just been flopping around. Oh dear. It is just making my glue come all undone here. Does anyone else in warm areas have this happen? I live in a pretty, I mean, the high is usually 60 to 65. I mean, that's our, except in winter when it drops to 55 to 60. It's pretty consistently the same temperature all the time, so I'm kind of confused by this. It did this one other day, and it wasn't even a particularly hot day either. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely warm. I'm wearing a tank top, like I said. And I rarely wear a tank top. It has to be pretty hot to get me. So I think that red is good because it contrasts. Sorry, I don't want to have to get out my wipes because they're down on the floor. So I'm just... These are... The glue is like coming up. Be you bravely. I don't really want to cover up the leaves. I guess I'll do it there. Yeah, let's see. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, and I did 5 earlier. Let's do one more together, and then I'll let you guys go if you've even hung on this long. So what I have left to use is a bee. This is another paper thin, but I love the way the die cuts look on here. Like, look at that. That's so neat. This would be a good one for the mushroom if I can find the right. I try to pull out. I also have a fish. Oh, that's just a sticker. I think the fish has to go on one of these lighter ones, but the fish doesn't really fit with the butterfly theme there. So I'm trying to find a yellow tab really quick. Not tab, lighter thing? I don't think I have any in there. My head has been stuck on a particular song for days. This would be a perfect one for the mushroom. Oh, not that one. The one I just used. Yeah. It's got a little bit of the orangish red. This one actually sticks well, but poor glue, look at it. Oh, you guys. I mean, I don't know if I've ever said this, but I'm from Arizona. That's where I was born and raised. And I don't know how, I guess there you guys would have air conditioning. because you can't live in Arizona without air conditioning. We didn't have an air conditioner when I was a child. We had a swamp cooler. And it's funny because my husband does not like, my husband grew up on where we live now. And sorry, my glue is coming out so fast that I can't get this, I can't get the pin in fast enough before it starts to come over the hole. There we go. He's from here, and rarely, most people don't have air conditioners here because, like I said, we have heaters, but we don't have air conditioning because it's a very mild climate here. And so he didn't grow up with an air conditioner, and I didn't grow up with an air conditioner, but when I moved out, when I was an adult and stuff, I obviously had an air conditioner because it's freaking Arizona, you guys. Anyway, my husband doesn't like air conditioning. We go to the cabin and he'll only use it because everybody else in the house is dying. So he doesn't like air conditioning. And I'm now wondering if that's because he grew up somewhere where he didn't need air conditioning. And so to him, it's like a foreign thing. Because it's not to me. I mean, absolutely would have keeled over if I mean, when I was a young kid, it was what it was with the swamp cooler, but like now I would have the air conditioner on. I would not be trying to survive without a nice, beautiful, wonderful air conditioner blowing in my house. And I'm wondering if it's because he grew up somewhere that was so mild that to him an air conditioning is like so foreign. Like, why would you need it? Like, he doesn't like them in the car. When we travel, he doesn't like them. Unless, like I said, it's really, he appreciates it in small doses when you know, it's needed. And he also knows that I like air conditioners, and he's happy with an air conditioner that keeps me happy. Because, you know, we always make this joke that on vacation, if I get too hot, because I like heat, but I don't like a lot of heat. And that, hence the reason I moved to California from Arizona. Well, one of the reasons. It was just too darn hot there. And, sorry, this sticker has stuck and I don't want it to, because I gotta cut. I guess I can just cut it all off, it's fine. I disliked how hot it was there. I have friends that still live there that I grew up with, and they are braver than me. I had to get the heck out. There's a couple of us from high school that were friends that moved. One lives in Montana, one lives in California, a few hours away from me, and one lives up in Seattle. And whenever we have to even remotely go back to Arizona for something. That's a crazy story for another time. I think that looks okay. I like that the leaf is off of it, but I will have to put something on that so that it doesn't stick. Okay, so, oh, did I just now do 13 when I shouldn't? That's an odd number to do. So these have all been made today. But I wish I had made I was gonna make one with like a person on it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. What did I do? 14? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14. Oh, great. Okay, guys, I'll stop now because this has been a long video. I hope you found it interesting and might be something that you're interested in. I still have a few, just a few. I actually did quite a few with you guys. I have 4 more that I'll probably throw something together real quick. And then I can just store these so they can be used in future projects. And I love that I can put eyelets in them. They go in really well. Or I can put a hole and put ribbon. Yeah, so there we go. 12. In the end, I'll have 14. 50, 60, 70, I'll have 18. So I'll have 18 of these to choose from for projects over the next year. And that's kind of fun. Sorry, I'm trying to gather up all these things so I can put them away. Yeah, but I will do these last little tags and then just put them all away. I just think this is probably, it is an hour. I gotta go. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a good crafty day. I hope it's nice where you are, although if you're in the Midwest, you're probably snowed in or have a lot of snow. And if you're in Hawaii, I'm so sorry for everything that's going on there. And I just hope that most of you are safe and not in any extreme weather at the moment, and have a really wonderful day. And I'll see you in a couple days.